Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Dennis Nedry Getaway pack from the Jurassic World Legacy Collection from Mattel. Every time I think this line is dead, we get a new release. I love these little 4-inch figures. I love the scale for this because it lends well to vehicles. And Mattel kind of gave us a lot in the beginning, and then the line kind of stalled to a crawl. And every time I think it's dead, we get something new. The last thing we had was that John Hammond, Ellie Sattler Raptor Attack pack, which I thought was a really nice set. That was about a year or so ago at this point. And now we're getting this Dennis Nedry set. So first of all, the Dennis Nedry Getaway pack, it's been 30 years, but in case you haven't seen the movie, spoilers, he doesn't get away. So it's not really the best name for this set. Yeah, he doesn't make it. Sorry, Newman. But anyway, you get the Jeep, you get Dennis Nedry, you get the Dilophosaurus here. It's in this open packaging, and I'm typically not a huge fan of open packaging, but it does give you this kind of neat little scene here, so it's not too bad. Spinning it around to the back shows you everything that's included. Of course, you have the Dino, you have Nedry, you have the Jeep. The cover does come off the Jeep, so if you like that more classic look from earlier in the movie, you can recreate that here. And also, this part kills me. So he's got the little stick. There's a scene in the movie. He tries to taunt the dinosaur to play fetch, and he throws his stick. Look how excited they are. Stick included. Boom. You get this big graphic here. You know, multicolors, multilingual. They are excited to let you know that that little stick is included. They did not just draw that on there. It is in this box. So they're very excited about it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get everything out of the packaging here, and then we're going to take a closer look. So here's everything you get in the box. We'll start with the little Dilophosaurus first. Unfortunately, he's kind of my least favorite part of the set. And there's not anything specifically wrong with it. I mean, okay, there's a couple small things that I don't personally like, but it doesn't really make the little dino terrible or anything like that. It mostly just has to do with these neck pieces here. And to get them to work, they give him this giant bulge in the neck with these pins so that these can be on a hinge. And it just kind of looks ridiculous, in my opinion. Not to mention, when these are not deployed, the dinosaur has them kind of like lay flat along his neck and they blend in. They don't just fold in half and hang there completely still deployed, but folded back. So I almost kind of feel like, what's the point? Why have them fold back if they're just going to look just as ridiculous? I would almost rather they just be like pegged in or something. That way you could have the neck kind of look normal except for like a tiny peg hole and then just peg these in when you want to. I mean, they look good. They're well molded. They're nicely painted. The dino's head looks really nice. I mean, that's really nicely painted. The eyes and everything. Even the inside of the mouth is completely painted. And it comes with this cool little effect piece. I honestly really feel like I've seen this before. I think this was sold separately previously as one of the little like small like $7 or $8 dinos. And I'm pretty sure I have this already because it definitely seems very familiar. And I feel like I've complained about this neck thing before. If you just leave it like this and just look at it from the front, it looks great. No problem whatsoever. Just, you know, don't fold these back because that looks kind of stupid. And also, those giant hinges are just kind of wonky looking. As far as the rest of the dino, very basic arm swivel for articulation over here. Legs, very similar kind of a thing. Just kind of swivels around. Very basic. It does have this little DNA sticker here on the bottom. I think there was an app back in the day that you could scan this and it would do something. I don't even know if that's still around or not. And then you have the Jurassic Park symbol here on this foot. If you take a look at the tail back here, there's kind of a little seam. And it looks like there should be articulation there, but I think that's just where the two pieces of plastic connect. I don't think that's meant to move. So it's not bad. It's a fun little dino. Like I said, if you just leave it with the fins, or whatever you call these things, deployed, it looks great. Just don't kind of look around at that giant bulge with the two rods there for the hinges. So just a basic little dino. He's okay. He's just not the best. Taking a look at Nedry, I think they did a pretty good job with him. Not a huge fan of the way they did the glasses. I wish that was a little bit more translucent material, just because it looks kind of weird being opaque, or somewhat opaque. That kind of like thick, glossy white for the glasses looks a little goofy. But otherwise, I think the head sculpt looks good. The figure itself looks pretty good. And they weren't kidding. He definitely comes with that stick. That is included. Just a little stick accessory. Now, if you're familiar with this line, they did do a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Nedry that came with the Hawaiian shirt. from when he meets Dodson earlier in the movie. But this is obviously the raincoat he wears in this scene. So even if you already have the other Nedry figure, it's worth picking this up because then you get a new version of Nedry. But like I said, head looks pretty good. It's on kind of a limited ball joint. Unfortunately, the rain jacket here really kind of gets in the way of movement for the head, but it's there. It's just kind of hard to get, it moving back and forth or up and down. You have a nice hinge there in the shoulder, plus a rotation. Hinge and a rotation in the elbow as well. Forearm and hands, one solid piece, so no movement there. You have waist swivel. You have a really nice ball joint here in both of the hips. Nice movement there. You have a hinge and a swivel in the knees, and then from the knee down, one solid piece, so nothing moving there either. But yeah, he's a cool little Nedry figure. I like him. He looks good. So putting him off to the side, and we'll put the dino off to the side so we can focus on this Jeep. And it actually came out really nice. I think they did a good job with it. Now, if you're familiar, they did do one in this line a while ago, like when the line first came out. And I'm pretty sure that this one is at least the base mold with a few tweaks. Because I don't believe the original one had these rear view mirror pieces. And these were just separate with a little hole that you just pegged it in and they just kind of popped in there. I remember the original had an actual working winch here up at the front where you could pull the rope out and it had this little hook on the end. This is obviously all molded in. This does not move in any way, so they took that out. This little hook on the back here, this little hitch was there. Underneath looks pretty similar. If we go ahead and take this off, it just lifts out, and you can see that there are 4 large pegs right there. And there are 4 large peg holes right here. Now, if I remember correctly, the original had just like an extra roll bar piece that kind of went up like that, like a triangle. So I'm pretty sure that's what pegged into these 4, and they just decided to lift that out. Then they created this so that it could just fit over top of there like that. So I don't know if technically, I don't have the other one handy, but it might be possible to take the roll bar out of the other one and use this with that one. I don't know why you'd need to do that. But the interior of the Jeep looks similar to me. The 2 seats, you have the one long bench seat in the back there. You have the steering wheel that does not actually move. The doors do not open. Rolls pretty well. But I think it's a nice looking Jeep. I think they did a nice job with it. I appreciate that this one has the cover. You can go ahead and pop Nedry right in here. Fits very well. You can go ahead and pop this back on top. And the sides are open so that you can still have the Dilophosaurus attack him through the window. Now, obviously, in the movie, I believe the door was open when the dinosaur attacked. You can't simulate that, but at least the window's open so you can simulate him kind of shooting the venom in through the side. But yeah, all in all, I think it's a pretty impressive set. I like it quite a bit. Now, this thing was $29.99, which does feel a little bit much. If I'm trying to remember, the original Jeep was either 15 or 20. I think it was 15, if I'm remembering that. Now, again, that was years ago. I think that was when Fallen Kingdom first came out, or right before Fallen Kingdom came out. So it was a good couple years ago at this point. And I know the figures usually go for around $8 a piece. Now, they do come with usually a little bit more accessories than just the one stick. But if you want to say that's like $7, and I think this guy's usually about $7. So I guess, you're about 15 between the 2 figures, and 15 for the Jeep puts you at the $30 price range. So I guess it's fair when you break it down and you think about it. Plus, they had to create that new cover, which was not included in the original. So I feel like that kind of takes the place of the working winch in the front with the rope and the hook. And I'll be honest, I didn't really do much with that rope and the hook. I kind of like the cover better, so in that regard, that's pretty cool. So I think it's a fun set. I recommend picking it up. If you're like me and you've been really enjoying the 4-inch line for Jurassic Park, definitely pick this up. Support Mattel. So I should say support the line with Mattel so that they have more releases. Because I really want that green and yellow touring vehicle from the first movie. I really want a toy in this scale from them of that vehicle. Because that's just one of my favorite vehicles from all of Jurassic, the whole franchise. Such a fun little vehicle. But in any case, I think it's fun. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, also, I found this at Target. I don't remember if the Legacy Collection is exclusive to Target. I kind of think it is. I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere else. Some of the other like dinosaur generic toys and things like that are available at Walmart and other places. But I think the Legacy Collection is strictly Target exclusive, but I could be wrong about that. But that's where I found this. That's where I would look if you're looking for it. It should be pretty easily available at most Targets I've seen it at. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.